Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to your full moon in Leo yoga class. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. It's the Leo full moon. We're in Aquarius season. I'm super excited. I'm actually a Leo moon. Fun fact, I thought I was a Virgo moon for like all my life because my mom told me the wrong birth time. But then I found my baby book probably like a couple months ago and discovered that I'm actually a Leo moon, which makes a lot of sense. So this is my full moon. I'm excited about it. If you're new here, just so you know, I teach all of my classes in a way that I make it the most accessible as I can for all levels, all bodies. I'm an accessible yoga teacher. I'm a trauma-informed yoga teacher. I'm a 500-hour registered yoga teacher. And I just try to make this as accessible and as good for your body as I possibly can. So please make sure to listen to your body. Make sure to have any props that you need to make yoga work for your body, to make your practice your practice. We will be using blocks. I will be cueing some poses with blocks today. So grab your blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use books that are this general shape and size. But if you need a strap, if you need a pillow, if you need a blanket, bolster, whatever it is, have it with you. And remember that everything I say is an option, not an order. I really want you to make this your practice and make yoga feel good for you. So that being said, another thing that I wanted to add before we get started, I've been having a lot of requests for live classes, for a membership, and for like a 30-day beginners challenge. I've decided I'm just going to go full force into it and do all of those things. So for the month of March, I'm actually turning 30 in March. We're going to do a 30-day beginners yoga challenge. It will be a membership here on YouTube. That'll kind of kick off the membership, and then going forward, there'll be live classes included. You'll get early access to the full moon and new moon classes, early access to all the classes that I drop. Like I said, live classes. And then, what else? There was something else I wanted to include. My brain's farting because I'm like so excited about it. But yeah, if you are interested in that, it'll be launching very soon. But yeah, the 30-day yoga challenge will kick off for the month of March. That'll be part of the membership. But if you want more details and you want to be the first to know when it's going to come out, I highly recommend you join my free Facebook group. I'll put the link in the description box below. And join our community because it's super awesome and I love you guys, and I've been really scared to do it for a while and kind of pivot my business and do something different. But we're going for it. And that's kind of the vibe of the Leo full moon. So we're leaning into it. We're following our passions. Let's talk about the Leo full moon. It is on February 16th. It has been called the astrological Valentine's Day. Why? Because Leo rules the heart. Leo in the body rules the heart. Leo rules the heart chakra and also the crown chakra, which we are going to be focusing on today. You know, Leo wears the crown. Leo is the lion. Leo is proud. Leo is confident. Like I said, in the body, Leo rules the heart and the spine. And in tarot, Leo rules strength, which is all about that inner strength, that inner power, kind of taming your inner beast and just keep going is like the vibe. It's like, it's mental strength, it's emotional strength. Yes, sometimes physical strength, but it's a strength to keep going, essentially. And then we're also in Aquarius season. We talked about it with the new moon in Aquarius. It's that star energy vibe, that hope. I'm wearing my star tarot necklace. Also, there are no planets in retrograde right now. I think at the time of filming this, we might be in a tiny, just like the last little bit of Mercury retrograde shadow, but there are no planets in retrograde until like almost end of April, I believe. So now's the time. Go for it. Do the thing you always wanted. Take the risk. Take your power back. These are all the notes I wrote for this full moon. Be the ruler of your life. Follow your heart's desire. Passion, play, and power. There's also a lot of inner child healing going on. The vibe is kind of like, you know, have fun. Tap into that inner child with the sun in Aquarius, the moon in Leo. Be authentically you. Have fun. Be passionate. Go for it. Go for your heart's desire. Take your power back. Yeah, I mean, and this class, we will be doing it's going to be a little bit of a power class, so don't be scared. We are going to play around with crow pose. That is an arm balance. And again, like I said, don't be scared. I'm going to give you a ton of variations. We're going to make this fun. I just want you to have fun in this class and tap into your power. And yes, full moons are usually about releasing, but you can release the blockages that are like blocking you from your power, from having fun, from following your heart's desire. But I just, you know, usually they say don't manifest under the full moon. Do what feels good for you. For this one feels like very powerful for me. So follow your passion is all I'm going to say. All right, I think I've talked enough. I think we'll get started. Like I said, have your blocks with you and any other props that you need for your practice. And we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to get started in child's pose. We're going to just immediately kick off kind of tapping into that inner child energy and get a little bit grounded because, you know, these full moons can get us a little crazy, especially with the Leo full moon. So we're just going to start with some grounding energy. So for our child's pose, I want you to widen your knees as wide as the mat so we can make space and honor our tummy and our thighs. And then you're going to sink your hips back to your heels. You're going to walk your hands out and you're just going to drop that chest down to the mat. You can drop your forehead to the mat as well, or your chin, whatever feels comfortable for you. And now remember here, you can also lay on a pillow, bolster, a blanket, whatever you need to make this pose feel comfortable for you. And we're just going to sink in here. So sinking deeply into your mat. And bringing your focus to your breath. Not changing anything about it, just noticing it as it goes in and out. As you inhale, maybe if you feel the chest expand, the belly expand, taking up some space. And as you exhale, release and sink deeper into the mat. Using your breath as a tool to bring you to this moment, to the present, to your mat. And as you breathe, you can also use this grounding energy to really bring you here. So maybe lift up all 10 fingers and then lower them back down to the mat one at a time. Gripping the mat, really feeling it beneath your fingertips. Maybe start to notice all the parts of you that are touching the mat, your hands, your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows. Maybe your forehead or your chin, maybe your chest, maybe your belly, maybe your knees, your shins, the tops of your feet. And just settle in here, really sink deeper into the mat. Feel all those parts of you on the mat. And just start to deepen and lengthen those inhales and exhales. Again, on the inhale, really filling up, taking up space. And on the exhale, sink a little deeper. Start to take inventory here of the mind, the body, the soul. Noticing any blockages, tensions, constraints that might come up, whether they're physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Just acknowledging them. Practicing non-judgment, non-attachment, knowing that we're going to work through them and letting them float on by. Now, an affirmation, a theme, a mantra for this class is just, I'm powerful, I will follow my heart's desire, and I'm going to have fun doing it. You can say that out loud. I am powerful. Anything that really resonates with you right now, make it your own. If there's a certain risk you want to take or a certain leap you want to take, say that out loud. I'm going to XYZ, whatever it is. Or maybe you need to release the blockages. So I'm going to, I am releasing the things that block my power. I'm taking back my power. Whatever resonates with you, I want you to say it out loud. Tap into that Aquarius energy using that throat chakra. And we'll seal it with a breath. Take a really big inhale in through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. One more really big inhale in. Fill up. And open mouth, exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, I want you to walk your hands over to the right. It's getting a little side stretch in here, inviting in some movement. Breathing into that left side body. Creating some space here so we can just fill it up with that power and that passion and that fun. Gently inhale, walk your hands back through center. Exhale, walk them over to the left now, breathing into that right side body. And just creating space and expansion in that right side. Go ahead and inhale, gently walk your hands back to center. Exhale here. And then you're going to inhale to slowly rise up. Take your time here. We're going to come to a seat on our knees, or you can also sit on your butt if that feels good. You can also sit on a pillow, bolster, or a block here. We're going to continue to create some space. I want you to inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, you're going to goalpost out the arms, really open the chest, lift the chin, drop the head back, finding a heart opener here, tapping into that Leo energy of the heart chakra. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, goalpost the arms again, find that heart opener. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, last one. And inhale, arms up. Now you can exhale, release that right hand down to the mat and take a side bend over to the right. So I really want you to push this left hip down. Keep the chest and the heart open to the ceiling. And just breathe into that left side. Now inhale, come through center. Exhale, drop the left hand down. Opening up that right side now. Again, keeping that chest open and pushing that right hip down. And go ahead and inhale, come to center. You can kind of shake it out, shake those hips. And now we'll come to our tabletop. So coming to the hands and knees now. You can place a blanket underneath your knees for some extra support. Shoulder, elbow, wrist are all stacked here. We're going to go right into our cat-cow. So I want you to inhale, lift the chin, open the chest, arching the back. Exhale, round, doming out the shoulders, dropping chin to chest. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round. Now find 5 more of these on your own breath. Link your breath to your movement. And find your own movement here. Maybe you want to rock from side to side. Maybe you want to take some full body circles. Make this your own. Make your flow, your practice your own. Have fun with it. And do what feels right for you and your body. Go ahead and finish up this last round. Gently come back to your neutral spine. Now we're going to do a little bit, kind of a lot of core work here, but don't worry, we're going to be okay. We're going to get through it. What I want you to do is tuck your toes here, and you're just going to lift your knees up off the mat. So just like this, just hovering the knees, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the knees down. You can kind of shake it out here. We're going to do that 2 more times. Find your table here, toes still tucked, and go ahead and lift those knees up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now this last one we're going to hold for 10 seconds. So coming back to your table, and lift those knees. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, go ahead and release, shake it out. You can feel that in your lower abdomen. We're going to get quite a bit into those lower abs to prep us for our crow pose. We'll do a little bit more here. So what I want you to do is in your tabletop, you're going to lift that right leg up, bending at the knee, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. You're going to inhale, press the toe up, lengthen the spine, so lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, you're going to tuck it in as if you're going to push that forehead to your knee. And then inhale, press the foot up. Exhale, crunch that forehead towards your knee and round. Inhale, lengthen, push the foot up. Exhale, crunch and round. Inhale, lengthen and up. Last one, exhale, crunch and round, really squeeze. And go ahead and release. We'll take it to the other side. So now lifting that left leg. Knee is bent, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen and press that foot up. Exhale, crunch and squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch and round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Last one, inhale, really push it up. And exhale, really squeeze and round. And go ahead and release. You can come to a seat for a moment. I want you to shake those wrists out. You just kind of shake them out, shake them up and down. Now bring your hands clasped together, so interlacing the fingers. And we're just going to take it in some circles here. We're going to get into these wrists today. Go ahead and take it in the opposite direction. Feels a little funky. Now keeping those fingers interlaced, you're just going to press to one side. And then go ahead and press to the other. One more time, either side. These are great wrist strengtheners to do every day. If you're like, I struggle, with weak wrists, do some of these every day. Shake them out one more time. All right, go ahead and release back into your table. Now we're going to find a downward facing dog here. So I want you to tuck those toes and inhale those hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Finding this upside down V shape on your mat, pressing those palms into the mat. Trying to press those heels towards the mat. Doesn't matter if they touch, but just intentionally pushing them down. Trying to press that chest towards the thighs. Just finding some movement here. Maybe pedaling the feet. Maybe shaking the hips or shaking the head. And go ahead and find stillness. I want you to inhale, gaze to the top of the mat, and exhale, we're going to travel to a forward fold. So maybe that's a few baby steps. Maybe that's one big old step. Finding what works for you. Coming to your forward fold. Now this is our first forward fold of class, so hanging out here. You can keep a bend in those knees, making sure your feet are where they feel good, so maybe hips distance apart, or a little wider to make space for the belly and the thighs. You can grab for opposite elbows here. Sway from side to side. And gently find stillness. Now, we're going to do a little something different here. We're going to flow through a couple of squats in our forward fold. So you might need to widen the feet a little bit more for this. Now what I want you to do, inhale, straighten the legs, almost like a halfway lift. And then exhale, bend the knees and squat down. You don't have to go super far. You can kind of go as far as your knees will allow. Knees are tracking right over the ankles. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, squat and squeeze. Inhale, straighten the legs. Last one, little exhale, squat and squeeze. And inhale, straighten those legs, shake it out. Now we'll go ahead and inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale those hands to your heart center. Take a moment here. You can close your eyes if it feels good. Finding your Chaturanga mountain pose, standing at the top of your mat. Hands at that heart center, tapping into that heart chakra. And ask yourself, what do I want? What would make me feel powerful? What am I passionate about? What would be fun for me? What would just make me feel good? What is my heart's desire? How can I follow that? Maybe visualizing it in your mind. Any blockages, any voice of fear that maybe comes up and is like, well, we can't do that for XYZ reason. Let it go under this full moon. Take a big breath in through the nose, filling up the chest, filling up the belly. And open mouth, exhale. You can let those hands come to either side. We'll flow through some half sun salutes here. Inhale those arms up overhead. Maybe taking a little back bend here. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms come up, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one here. Inhale, arms up, little back bend. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale those hands to your heart. Now we're going to add on here and bring ourselves down to the mat. We're going to work on some chaturangas. That's right, we got upper body in here too. I want you to inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. I want you to plant your hands, and you can either step back to a downward dog, a high plank, or gently stepping back to the knees to your tabletop. So wherever you choose to go, it can look like this. You can look like this, or you can come right down to your knees. Now we're going to work on some chaturangas here. So for our crow pose, we need to really squeeze those arms in, bend at the elbow, and find that strength in our chest and our shoulders and our arms. So our chaturanga, I'm going to give you like a ton of options here. Number one, if you're like me, and just so you guys know, I've actually had 2 reconstructive surgeries on my chest, so my pectoral muscles are shot. They have been cut into, they are not good. So chaturanga is my worst enemy. So here's option number 1. If you really want to start to build this upper body strength, your chest strength, I want you to take a block. You can also use a weight if you'd like. You're going to squeeze it between your palms, right in front of your chest. Elbows are locked in. You're going to press it out. And you're going to press it in, really squeezing those elbows to your side. Press it out and press it in. That's option number 1. Option number 2, you can come to a high plank from your knees. So come into the knees. Again, you can place a pillow or a blanket underneath those knees for support. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Make sure there's a straight line going from hips to heart. Again, squeezing elbows in. They're going to bend directly back. And I want you to lower the chest. And then press back up. So again, those elbows are really squeezing in. And then press back up. The key here is you're lowering chest first. Now, same thing if you'd like to try this from your high plank. So I'm coming from my high plank. I'm on my toes. Strong core. If I put a ruler on your back, it would be straight, so head is in line with the hips. This one, you're going to shift forward on the toes, Shoulders go past the wrists, and then you squeeze and bend. You can lower all the way down to the mat, chest first, and then release. And this is where in a vinyasa you would find that heart opener on the inhale, and then exhale to your downward dog. We're not going to get into the full vinyasa. I really want you to focus on this chaturanga. So I want you to find where it feels good for you. So whether that's with the block, whether that's from your knees, or from the toes. And we're just going to bust out like 5 chaturanga push-ups. I know we're doing a lot, but it's a Leo full moon. We got to do it. So I'm going to take mine from my knees. And we're just going to bend and press back up. And bend. And press back up. Can we do 3 more? We'll find out. Also, I hate whoever called these girl push-ups, like push-ups from your knees. Can we stop gendering exercises? It's so weird. All right, last one. And press back up. Go ahead and take a child's pose wherever you are. Find that child's pose. Lengthen the arms. Relax here. Maybe you got a little sweaty. Maybe that heart rate got up. I can definitely feel it in my arms. And that is going to prepare us for our crow pose. Crow pose arms are essentially chaturanga arms. Breathe here in your child's pose. Grab water if you need it. Feel this power. It's a little rush of energy, a little rush of warmth. The Leo is also ruled by the sun, tapping into that sun energy. I know it's a full moon, but Leo's got to shine. Take a big inhale in through the nose, filling up. And open mouth, exhale. All right, my lovelies, go ahead and inhale up to your tabletop. Exhale, we'll find our downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze up to your hands. And exhale, travel into your forward fold, however you want to get there. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to your heart. All right. We're going to continue to build our strength, build our power. We're going to flow through some half sun salutes with a chair pose. So for your chair pose, you can take this hips distance apart or wider if that feels good. I like mine big toes together to touch with a sliver of space in between my heels. Find where you feel best with your feet. You will inhale the arms up. And exhale, you're going to sink into your imaginary chair. So you're sinking that butt back into a chair. Make sure the butt isn't arched. You're almost tucking that butt so you have a nice straight spine. Arms can stay overhead or hands can come to heart. Now option here, we're going to hold for 5 seconds. Option to raise up onto your toes. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release that chair and fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that 2 more times. Again, raising to your toes is just an option. Totally don't have to. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink into that chair. Maybe come up to those toes. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release and fold. Falling is part of the fun, my friends. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Honestly, I feel falling is part of the inner child healing. Remember how when you were a kid, you used to like totally biff it? I remember being on my bike and just like wrecking myself, scraping my knee, and then you just get back up and get on your bike. Lean into it, my friends. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, go ahead and sink into that chair. Maybe come onto those tiptoes. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. I promise we're over with that. Shake it out. All right. I want you to grab your blocks. We're going to come to face the long edge of our mats. You're going to come into a wide-legged position. Toes are pointed out a little bit, almost at a 45-degree angle. Now, your blocks here are for, we're going to go into some squats. A precursor to crow pose is our malasana squat, but we're going to work on side squats, side lunges, and our malasana squat. So you're going to bring your hands down to your blocks or to your mat. And we're going to inhale here and exhale, come over to our squat on the right. So you're bending into that right knee. Knee goes over ankle. And left leg is straight. Option to stay right here. Option to sink down into that deep side lunge, side squat. You can stay on your blocks. You can bring your hands to heart. Again, this is just an option. Stay lifted if that feels good for you. Breathe here. Place the hands on the mat or on the blocks. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, shake it out. And we'll go ahead and take it to the other side. So bending into that left knee, right leg is straight. Hands on blocks or on the mat. Option to stay lifted here. Or option to go ahead and sink into that deep side lunge. Balancing here. Breathing here. Hands come to blocks or the mat. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release, shake it out. Now for our center squat, tons of options. Option number one, hands on blocks in the center, and just bend into both knees. My butt goes back, knees are over ankles, and my chest is lifted. Option number two, you're gonna bring the feet in a little closer, really turn those feet out to a 45-degree angle, bend into the knees and sit on a block. Coming to sit right here in my malasana. You can bring your hands to prayer. Last option is your malasana squat. Sinking all the way down. Hands come to heart. Elbows are pressing on the thighs. And we breathe here, wherever you are. Close your eyes if it feels good and just breathe. Now from here, we're going to transition to a seat on our mat. You can get there a ton of ways. You can just lean into the hands, come down to the knees. You can go back to your wide-legged fold and come down one leg at a time. Take your time. However you want to get down to your mat. Take those blocks off to the side. And go ahead and take a seat on your butt. Now we just got a little bit more core work, and then we're going to play around with our crow pose. So we're going to work on our boat pose, our Savasana. So legs extend out in front of you. Take a second to scoop some goodness out from underneath you so you can feel those sit bones on the mat. All right, we're going to bend into those knees. Your hands can come to the back of the thighs. And you're going to lean back with a straight spine. You're going to feel that core catch. You're going to feel that moment where you're like, whoop, my core just kicked in. Option to stay right here. Option to release the thighs, bring your arms out to either side. Stay here. Or option to lift those feet up off the mat. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release the legs and fold over them. Shake it out. We're going to do that 2 more times. All right, go ahead and inhale, come on up. Set up for your boat pose. Remember, you can keep those feet wide, keep the legs wide. Make space for the belly and the thighs. Find your edge. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release and forward fold. We got 1 more, guys. 1 more. All right. Come on up for your boat. And I encourage you, if you'd like to challenge yourself,
take it a step further. So maybe lift the feet, maybe straighten the legs. Woo. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, fold. Shake it out. Get into that core. All right, my friends, the time has come. We're going to play with our crow pose. So, take a sip of water. A ton of options here. Option 1 is you're going to take your crow from your back. So if you're like, I have never done an arm balance in my life, I don't want to fall on my face, totally valid. You're going to come to lay on your back. You're going to pull the knees in. You're going to extend your arms. And you're going to bend those elbows, keeping them squeezed in. And you're going to play around here, trying to crunch those knees in to the backs of the triceps. Press those palms up, squeeze the elbows in, and crunch those knees in. This is option 1. Option 2, if you want to just kind of play around with the form upright, I want you to take your block, place on your mat. I want you to take a pillow or multiple pillows and give yourself a little crash landing. You're going to place those pillows in front of you, right in front of where your face would be. Just kind of gives you that reassurance that, like, I'm going to fall on a pillow. And again, I've taught arm balance and inversion workshops. I've taught yoga for like 8 years. I recommend letting yourself fall, and you'll be like, a lot of the times it's the fear of falling that holds us back. It's the fear of falling in life, of failing, that holds us back. And same in inversions, arm balances. We're so scared we don't even try. We're so scared we can't get into it. When to let yourself fall, you're like, hey, that wasn't that bad. To be fair, I have fallen out of many inversions, and some haven't been fun, but most of the time it's been fine. So listen to your body. You're going to come to stand on your block, and you're going to sink on down to your squat. Knees are going to widen. Palms come down. And again, you're trying to get those knees up on to those triceps. Knees to elbows is where we're trying to go. They're not going to get all the way up into your elbow socket. And being on the block is going to lift our feet up. So you're essentially in crow pose. When you are here, you are in crow pose. Now, things to remember about crow. Gaze stays forward, because if you look under your feet, you're going to roll over. You're going to do a little somersault. Elbows stay squeezed into the sides, trying to go for those chaturanga arms. 90-degree angle here. Gaze is forward. Squeezing the core, squeezing everything. Now, I have seen crow pose taught with knees on the outside of your arms. You can do it like that. It's going to take a significant more amount of quad, inner thigh, and low abdomen to really squeeze those knees in. Your knee should be on the backs of your triceps going into your elbow. You might get a little bruise on those triceps if you've never done this before. But we're going to have fun, and you totally don't have to do this at all. If you're like, Natasha, you're crazy, I don't want to do that. Don't do it. So, you can try it with a block, with a pillow crash mat. And essentially, if you feel pretty confident here, in this position, maybe you want to lift up one foot. Maybe lift up the other foot. Maybe lift up both feet. You don't have to use the block. I'll show you crow pose without the block. But I just want you to have fun. I don't want you to put the pressure on yourself of like, I have to get this crow pose. That's not what yoga is about. It's about you making your practice your own, listening to your body. The goal of yoga is not, can I be the most advanced yoga person in the whole world? You can be an advanced yoga and not even do physical asana. There's eight limbs of yoga, right? So I just want you to have fun. I want you to play around with it. If you'd like to try it without your block, you are welcome to. I'll just demo here. The leggings are super slippery, but we're gonna go for it. That is our lovely crow pose. You can hold it for as long as you like. Really try to get those feet up to your butt. If you have slippy leggings like me, your knees gonna slip off your arms. You can also take, if you're like, cool, Natasha, I got this, I want something more. This is a great transition into a tripod headstand. I'm going to attempt to demo. We'll see if I get there. Please don't try headstand if you're like absolutely, if you're a beginner, if you're like, I don't want to do headstand, I have a neck injury, don't try headstand. But if you want to play around with it, you're more than welcome to, as long as you know your limits. All right. Let's see here. It's been a while since I've done this one. This is your playtime. I want you to have fun with it. This is a Leo full moon. Tap into that inner child. Have some fun. Let me grow. Whoop. Huzzah. We are here. Gently come down. If you're still playing with your crow pose, continue to play, mess around, have fun, shake out your wrists when you're done. I told you we'd be a little heavy on the wrists. Go back to some of those wrist strengtheners that we did earlier. Shake those wrists out. This is a great way to also cast out energy, release it, send it away from you. If you're like, I want that blockage removed, shake it out. All right. We're gonna do one last thing before we take it to our backs and cool down. So come down from your crow pose, continue to play, practice with it if you'd like. If you really wanna work on arm balances and inversions, my 16 class package has a class for each arm balance and inversion. It'll work you up to that if that's something you're interested in. That is available for purchase. I'll put the link in the description box. But know your limit. Listen to your body. All right. Last thing we're going to do is something called lion's breath. This is taps into the throat chakra, the heart chakra, that Leo energy. So we're getting the Aquarius season vibes. We're in the Leo full moon vibes. And we're having fun. It sounds silly. It looks silly. But that's what we need. We need to just go for it. So you're going to come to a seat on your knees. You can sit on that pillow or a block. You're going to come forward on your hands. Now, if you're still kind of feeling it in the wrists, I encourage you to turn those hands backwards. Stretch out those wrists a little bit. And you're leaning forward. You're pushing your chest out. And you're like you're like Mufasa or Simba on Pride Rock. You know what I mean? And you're going to let out a roar. Now, what does the roar in lion's breath look like? I will demo for you. You're going to take a really big inhale in. And when you exhale, your tongue is going to come out and you're going to roar. So it's going to look like this. We're going to do that 3 times together. Embrace the silliness, embrace the weirdness. Give it your all, put some passion behind it, and we're going to do this together. Big inhale in through the nose, filling up. And open mouth, exhale, lion's breath. Stick that tongue out. 2 more, big inhale in. And open mouth, lion's breath. Last one, really, really big inhale. Make this the loudest one yet. And exhale, lion's breath. All right, my friends, you can let your breath return to normal. You can come out of this lion pose here and just go ahead and come to a seat on your butt. Extend those legs out in front of you. We'll start to cool down. We'll take a forward fold here, just a little counter pose for all that crazy stuff we've been doing. Feet can be a little bit wider to make space and honor your belly. Feel those seat bones underneath you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Release here. I don't know about you guys, but I had fun. I hope you did too. If you try crow pose and any of the variations, I would love for you to tag me, post it on Instagram, on TikTok. Tag me, I would love to see it. You can also post it in my free Facebook group. I'd love to see it there too. Maybe inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, fold. inhale, gently come on up. I want you to take a block with you. We'll do a little supported bridge pose and gently release to your back. Knees bend, feet bottoms come to the mat. We'll just take a supported bridge pose here. So you're going to take your block, you're going to inhale those hips up. You're going to scoot that block right underneath your sacral area. And you're going to settle in here. Option, if you'd like to, just take your unsupported bridge or a whale pose. You're welcome to go there. Just breathing here. Arms can stay by your sides or overhead. I have my hands underneath my head because I'm wearing like a crystal dangly thing in my hair and it's like pressing into the mat, so I'm protecting it. Bring it back to what this class is all about. Finding your power, chasing your passion. Not being afraid to fall or be silly or look silly. Not being afraid to kind of put yourself on display as Leos do. Sounds cheesy, but it's your time to shine. We got no planets in retrograde. It's time to go. Now we will take a supported shoulder stand here. So you're just going to gently draw those knees into the chest and straighten those legs to the sky. Option to take your full shoulder stand if that feels good. Or you can just hang out right here with me. Point and flex the toes. Roll out those ankles. Little inversion, get the blood flowing in the opposite direction. And when you're ready to release, just bend those knees in. Feet bottom comes back to the mat. Inhale those hips up just enough to scoot that block out from underneath you, and you can release down. We'll take some final twists here, so bring those arms out to a T position. Draw the knees into the chest. Inhale, center, and exhale. Release the knees over to the right. Maybe gaze over that left shoulder. Twists are a great releasing posture, and this is your time to release any of those blockages. Any fears, anything blocking you from your power. Anything blocking you from your passion. Just breathe here. Inhale, gently draw everything to center. And exhale, release legs to the left, maybe gaze over the right shoulder. And same thing here, just breathe and release. Gently inhale, draw everything to center, and exhale. You can release now any final pose you feel you need here. I want you to take it. Maybe a happy baby, maybe other twists, maybe another bridge, whatever feels right for you and your body. Take a moment to go there. I'm going to find a happy baby. Love a good hip opener. Just remember to listen to your body. Ask yourself, what would feel good right now? What does my body need in this moment? And maybe the answer is Savasana. So when you're ready, you can find your Savasana, any Savasana that you enjoy. Maybe Just taking a full corpse pose, maybe Supta Baddha Konasana. You can take legs up the wall. Whatever feels right and good. I want you to settle in. Wherever you are, you can close your eyes if it feels good. And just breathe here. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Gently bring your awareness back into your space and back into your body. Maybe wiggle the toes or wiggle the fingers. Maybe roll out your wrists or roll out your ankles. Gently make these movements bigger until you're ready to draw those knees in. Maybe give yourself one final squeeze here. And when you're ready, dropping over to one side, using that bottom arm as a pillow. Finding this fetal pose. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can press up to a seat. Any seat that you find comfortable. Hands come to either side of you, feeling the mat beneath your fingertips. Inhale, arms come up, taking all this wonderful Leo full moon energy that we just created together. Exhale, bring them back down, one final release of what doesn't serve you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, palms come together and touch and draw them to your heart center. The light and love and power and passion in me honors all of those things in you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. That is all I have for you today, my lovelies. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time. I'm feeling this Leo full moon. Yeah, I feel great. So thank you so much for doing my class. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think. Take a picture of your crow pose if you want to share it with me. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram. Join my free Facebook group. And don't forget, for March, if you really want to commit to yoga and that's the leap you want to take. You're like, I'm ready. I want to do yoga every day. I want to do this yoga challenge. There'll be a 30-day challenge for my members. I'll be launching a membership here on YouTube, live classes. You get first access to these classes, any classes that I drop, live tarot readings, and that 30-day challenge. I'll post it in the community here on YouTube and in my Facebook group and on TikTok and Instagram when it's open for registration. If you want to sign up. Yeah, I'm very excited. That is my leap. So I hope that offering, if it resonates with you, take it. If not, leave it. But thank you always for the support. In the description box, I'll put links to everything. I think that's all I got. I think that's all I have. So enjoy your Leo full moon. Tap into that fire energy, tap into that passion, and I will see you next time.